Steven Tyler, rock, and roll's most flamboyant frontman, turns 77 this year. You know him for the towering scarves, the psychedelic makeup, and that signature snarl. But when the camera drops the filters and the stage lights fade, what does Steven Tyler really look like? The answer might surprise you, and it's a powerful reminder that even rock icons aren't immune to time. 1. From stage persona to bare-faced reality on stage. Heavy eyeliner, glittering eyeshadow, contoured cheekbones, and a full palette of colors help Tyler become an avatar of rock glamour. Off stage, no smudged liner, no metallic hues, just Steven Tyler's natural skin, silver-streaked hair, and lines etched by decades of laughter, screaming vocals, and life lived loud. 2. The recent no makeup moment last month, a behind-the-scenes clip surfaced from a new Aerosmith documentary shoot. Tyler, sans makeup, greeted the crew in a simple black t-shirt and jeans. The camera lingered on. His eyes, now framed by soft crow's feet rather than sharp winged liner. His skin, showing fine wrinkles around the forehead and mouth. Natural markers of a lifetime on the road. That same impish grin, now grounded in authenticity rather than stagecraft. 3. What you notice first, hair and color. His once jet black mane has softened into a rich salt and pepper blend, still long and flowing, but undeniably mature. Wrinkles and texture, smile lines and laugh folds tell stories of sold-out arenas and private backstage jokes. They don't age him, they humanize him. Eyes and energy, those legendary, magnetic eyes are still there, bright, curious, and sparkling with wit. 4. Fan reactions and social buzz. White medium star, he looks amazing for 77. Red heart, those laugh lines are the mark of a life well lived. Exploding head, never thought I'd see the day Steven Tyler went natural. Kind of beautiful. Across Twitter and Instagram, fans hailed Tyler's unvarnished appearance as inspiring. Many celebrities chimed in, praising his refusal to hide behind excessive filters. 5. The beauty of aging with grace. Tyler's makeup-free moment is more than a curiosity. It's a lesson in authenticity. Confidence over concealment. He's shown he doesn't need stage paint to command attention. His talent and charisma speak for themselves. Embracing imperfection, those lines and creases aren't flaws. They're badges of honor from 7 decades of extraordinary living. Role model for fans. In an age obsessed with anti-aging creams and perfect selfies, Tyler still rocks his natural self, and that's wildly refreshing. 6. What's next for the 77-year-old rocker? New music and tour plans. Tyler's already teased upcoming studio sessions and hinted at select live performances. Expect that same raw vocal power, just maybe with fewer glitter accents. Documentary release. The film capturing his unfiltered side is set for fall, offering fans a deeper look at both the legend and the person behind the legend. Lifestyle insights. Tyler's candid talk about skincare, diet, and vocal health at this age is inspiring a wave of interviews and wellness features. Bottom line, Steven Tyler at 77, without the stage makeup, isn't shocking because he looks old, but because he looks real. He proves that time adds character, not just wrinkles, and that genuine confidence shines brighter than any cosmetic, beyond the initial viral snapshot. Deeper looks into rare behind-the-scenes imagery reveal Tyler's evolving complexion in striking clarity. Under softer ambient light, you can see faint age spots tracing from his temples toward cheekbones, areas once concealed beneath lavish layers of stage makeup. Those tiny freckles and sun-kissed patches aren't flaws. They're testimony to decades spent under blazing spotlights and open skies at outdoor concerts. His naturally fair skin, now enriched by a warm bronze undertone, balances delicately with silver-streaked strands framing a weathered forehead. Each line maps a story. Laughter shared mid-riff rocking solos, heartfelt pauses during acoustic ballads, and the adrenaline rush of chart-topping stadium tours. In candid interviews, Tyler himself has reflected on the wind's gentle erosion of youthful firmness around his jawline. I've learned to regard each crease as a badge, not a burden, he told Rolling Stone recently. He smiled wryly when asked about his nighttime regimen, admitting that he now reaches for simple ceramide-rich moisturizers rather than glittering palettes of theatrical cosmetics. Backstage, I used to plaster on layers of cream mint to catch the camera lights, he confessed. Now I slather on something that actually nourishes. It's an act of respect, honoring the face I've worn since day one. Dermatologists applaud his shift towards skin health over performance aesthetics. Dr. Maria Nguyen, a Beverly Hills specialist, notes that Tyler's minimalist approach, gentle cleansing, sun protection with SPF 50, and nightly peptides, demonstrates modern best practices for maturing skin. His routine addresses hydration, collagen support, and UV defense, she explains. At 77, many would hide under heavier concealers. But Tyler's transparency inspires others to embrace authenticity. Syncing with his tour schedule, he now applies broad-spectrum sunscreen before stepping onto any balcony or sidewalk, a stark contrast to the early days when he'd risk long sun exposure for rock and roll authenticity. On social platforms, fans have marveled at photographic juxtapositions. An Instagram story of his fresh-faced morning coffee beside a 1975 backstage photo framed by neon lights and feathered eyeliner. The contrast is beautiful rather than jarring. One fan commented, "Seeing you raw reminds us that soul transcends surface." Another wrote, "Those laugh lines are badges of joy, not marks of time." These responses underscore a cultural shift. Audiences increasingly value unvarnished home movies over curated perfection. Tyler's choice to publish makeup-free clips shows he's tuning into that zeitgeist. Musical peers have followed suit. Mick Jagger shared a tweet celebrating Tyler's brave vulnerability, while Elton John posted a duet-style Instagram video, comparing their own salt and pepper transformations. In each case, the rock legends pivoted the conversation away from critique and towards celebration of lived experience. Tyler's natural appearance feels less like a shock and more like a breath of fresh air, a reminder that icons, too, grow old gracefully. Beyond the skin, Tyler's eyes still gleam with curiosity. Close-ups reveal delicate crow's feet that expand whenever he laughs, as though his entire face reaches out in joy. Even without liner, his eyes possess an entrancing depth, glints of turquoise that capture stage nostalgia and personal introspection alike. Dedicated fans have remarked on his "seeing you in my soul" gaze, emphasizing that genuine emotion transcends cosmetic enhancement. In this sense, Tyler's no-makeup revelation reaffirms an essential truth. Stage magic can be electrifying, but unfiltered humanity resonates more deeply. Tyler's hair, once an obsidian cascade, now shows a smoky gradient of steel gray, white, and the palest hints of his original brunette. The transition isn't abrupt. Rather, it flows organically, as if nature itself stroked in those new highlights. He's traded elaborate bandanas in favor of simple headbands, allowing length and texture to speak for themselves. "I was nervous about letting it go," he confessed on a recent podcast. "But now I see. This hair's reflected the journey just as much as any song." The documentary's upcoming Off-Camera segment captures Tyler's morning rituals, a 10-minute cold water facial rinse, light facial yoga to keep jaw tension at bay, and a brief gratitude meditation. Intercut with archival footage of sold-out tours, this behind-the-lens portrayal demonstrates his holistic approach to aging. This candid glimpse into his personal sanctuary feels intentional, a deliberate move to redefine aging with style, intention, and self-compassion. Tyler's candid embrace of time also ripples across younger fans. In postgraduate art schools, classes on pop culture iconography now reference his makeup-free images as examples of aged beauty narrative. A recent Vogue article features him alongside designers who praise his bold defiance of cosmetic diktats. For aspiring stylists, Tyler's raw visage becomes a case study in playing life long after the final encore, illustrating that real charisma emerges from authenticity, not airbrushed facades. In commercial terms, Tyler's natural look has spurred new product collaborations. A skincare line bearing his name launched within weeks of the documentary's premiere announcement. Marketed as Rock and Roll Resilience, it combines rustic ingredients, matcha extract, hemp seed oil, and reflex-boosting hyaluronic formulations. His involvement at every phase, from formulation to packaging, signals a deeper commitment to authenticity than typical celebrity endorsements. Ultimately, what shocks is not that Steven Tyler, now 77, bears physical signs of aging, but that he dares to share them unfiltered. In a culture obsessed with prolonged youth and retouched images, Tyler's barefaced revelation dismantles myths and champions lived reality. The result is an unspoken pact between artist and admirer. Beauty is transient, but honesty endures. Beyond his skincare revelations and minimal makeup, Tyler's no-frills look has inspired fans and cultural commentators alike. In the weeks since the documentary snippet surfaced, social media has filled with heartfelt testimonials from concertgoers who said that seeing Tyler without heavy cosmetics felt like a personal invitation to embrace authenticity. One fan posted, "I wore more natural makeup after seeing you. Thank you for showing Time's beauty." Health and wellness influencers have dissected his regimen, praising his simple approach of hydration, nutrition, and consistent sleep. In online interviews, Tyler admitted that cultivating genuine energy requires more than pigments. It demands rest, balanced meals, and moments of solitude. Medical experts also weighed in. Dr. Angela Roberts, a geriatric dermatologist, explained that Tyler's visible skin texture and subtle age spots signal healthy cellular turnover rather than damage. His skin profile reveals adequate moisture levels and low inflammation, she noted on a morning news show. Retaining that youthful elasticity at 77 requires an anti-inflammatory diet, proper sun protection, and stress management. Tyler's fans responded by sharing recipes inspired by his diet: fresh fruits, leafy greens, and omega-rich fish. TikTok videos demonstrate DIY facial roller techniques and nighttime rituals designed to mimic his simple peel-free routine. Critics and longtime observers see Tyler's transition as part of his larger artistic narrative. Known for his flamboyant stage wear and boundary-pushing performances, Tyler's latest embrace of stripped-down visuals offers a new creative angle. In a recent Rolling Stone cover story, photographer Linda Mason captured Tyler in candid black-and-white portraits, emphasizing the nuances of his expression rather than exaggerated costumes. She wrote, "In this series, we see a man who's lived a wild life yet remains curious, playful, and profoundly human." These images reframed him not just as a rock icon, but as a storyteller whose face maps his journey. At his annual charity gala earlier this month, Tyler announced the launch of a foundation dedicated to arts programs for older adults. Named the Rock Solid Initiative, it funds community workshops that combine music, movement, and mindfulness, encouraging seniors to channel their life experiences into creative expression. During the event, Tyler appeared makeup-free, sliding on stage with characteristic exuberance. Guests described the moment as a celebration of life's imperfections, underscoring that aging and artistry need not be at odds. The foundation's pilot classes in Detroit, Nashville, and Miami have already drawn hundreds of participants eager to work alongside Tyler's hand-selected instructors. Meanwhile, collaborators in the fashion world have begun to rethink age diversity. Tyler's barefaced moments spurred designer Magnolia Grange to feature older models with unretouched skin in her upcoming runway show. Her casting director said, "Steven Tyler's example gave us confidence to present beauty in every stage of life." Major cosmetics brands have followed suit by promoting makeup minimalism product lines with campaign models in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Advertisements now focus on skincare as enhancement rather than camouflage, echoing Tyler's ethos of presenting one's unaltered self. For many, the most profound shift lies in the psychological impact. Followers report feeling less pressured to chase unattainable youth, opting instead for self-acceptance practices. Mental health experts note that delegitimizing age anxiety plays a critical role in overall well-being. Therapist Dr. Samir Patel observed, "When a figure like Tyler shares his real appearance, it normalizes aging and reduces stigma." Clients who once avoided mirrors have begun journaling gratitude statements about their own unique lines and marks. Social media trends like #MyLinesMyStories celebrate users' personal narratives, often quoting Tyler's words about embracing every crease. Tyler's hair, once an obsidian cascade, now shows a smoky gradient of steel gray, white, and the palest hints of his original brunette. The transition isn't abrupt. Rather, it flows organically, as if nature itself stroked in those new highlights. He's traded elaborate bandanas in favor of simple headbands, allowing length and texture to speak for themselves. I was nervous about letting it go, he confessed on a recent podcast. But now I see. This hair's reflected the journey just as much as any song. His new memoir, Still Rocking the Lines, slated for release next month, reveals candid stories of on-the-road skincare mishaps and backstage self-reflection. Early reviews highlight chapters on confronting insecurities, critiquing his younger self for prioritizing spectacle over self-care. Excerpts show him chuckling at past eyeliner smudges and mustache fuzz hidden by heavy makeup, advising younger artists to cultivate practices that honor both performance and personal health. His publisher notes that these memoir entries resonate especially strongly with readers in their 50s and 60s, many mapping Tyler's timeline onto their own life journeys. In the digital realm, content creators have repurposed Tyler's images into then and now duets on Instagram Reels and Snapchat. Popular influencers use snippets of Tyler's classic concerts followed by no-makeup studio footage to spark discussions on resilience and reinvention. YouTube channels analyzing celebrity transformations rank Tyler's evolution among the top 5 most inspirational of the decade. As part of a global movement, #TylerChallenge invites participants to post their own makeup-free portraits alongside statements on aging gracefully, with many praising Tyler's leadership in destigmatizing natural beauty. Insiders reveal that his upcoming album includes quieter acoustic tracks with introspective lyrics reflecting on time and memory. Early demos featured gentle piano and sparse percussion rather than the arena-shaking guitar riffs of his youth. Producers say this sonic shift aligns with his visual refresh. Both art and appearance now favor raw emotion over theatrical embellishment. Industry analysts predict that this new chapter could attract listeners beyond traditional rock audiences, resonating with a generation that values narrative depth. This broad ecosystem of responses underscores how Tyler's makeup-free revelations echo beyond a single headline. He has sparked new dialogues across dermatology, mental health, fashion, publishing, music, and community engagement. In demystifying the aging process, Steven Tyler offers a masterclass in leveraging fame to foster authenticity and compassion. His journey reminds us that no matter how brilliantly one may have shined on grand stages, the power of vulnerability and self-acceptance resonates far deeper and lasts much longer when lights dim and filters fall away. Beyond the transformative power of barefaced revelation, Steven Tyler's new look is woven through every facet of his life. Music, passions, and relationships alike. As trailers for his upcoming documentary tease, you'll see him not only sans makeup, but also unfiltered in conversation with family and collaborators. Early teasers reveal candid footage of Tyler visiting his granddaughter's kindergarten class, listening intently as a wide-eyed child asks him what makes a rock legend tick. In that moment, without eyeliner or stage costume, Tyler offers a simple answer. Curiosity and kindness, those never fade. That intimate scene, paired with glimpses of him poring over piano chords in his living room, has already sparked a wave of anticipation. Fans are desperate to witness the softer side of a man long renowned for his high-octane performances. That sense of yearning extends to his musical pursuits. Word has it Tyler's next album, tentatively titled Silver Streams, will mirror his makeup-free ethos with stripped-back arrangements. Insiders who've heard early demos describe hushed acoustics, clarinet flourishes, and warm cello undertones. Nothing like the bombastic riffs of Aerosmith's heyday. One songwriter close to the project confided, "This is Steven at his most vulnerable. He sings about gratitude, aging, and the thrill of starting anew." That unexpected thematic shift has collectors and critics alike marking release dates on their calendars. No one wants to miss witnessing the final act of a rock and roll odyssey. Meanwhile, Tyler's health regimen, already popular among aging artists, has morphed into an entire movement online. #TylerMoveChallenge invites fans to post videos of their own yoga stretches and breathing exercises set to Aerosmith tracks. Influencers in wellness circles praise Tyler's daily morning blend of breath work, 15 minutes of sun salutations, and a solo lip trill warm-up that he credits for preserving vocal stamina. One video went viral when a 68-year-old fan in Manchester demonstrated the routine alongside aerial footage of Tyler himself performing the same sequence. The cross-continental duet, Man and Legend in Synchrony, underscored the universal desire to grow stronger, not smaller, with time. On the philanthropic front, Tyler's Rock Solid initiative has announced a surprise alliance with global literary nonprofit First Pages, pairing his love of storytelling with advocacy for senior literacy. The program's pilot in Detroit libraries offers reading circles where seniors and youth exchange favorite song lyrics and poems. Tyler records audio cameos that play in reading nooks, inviting participants to read like you're belting an arena encore. That creative twist has drawn educators to request Tyler's involvement at book fairs in London and Sydney, and his Instagram announcement of a matching grant challenge has already unlocked tens of thousands of dollars in community funding. Industry veterans point out that Tyler's ability to pivot from glitter-laden performances to makeup-free advocacy isn't mere reinvention, it's legacy building. Music historian Dr. Elaine Chin notes, by publicly embracing authenticity at 77, Tyler reframes aging as a dynamic chapter rather than a denouement. He's teaching us all how to headline our own life story, even when stages grow smaller. Such commentary has prompted think pieces in Vanity Fair and The Atlantic, debating how Tyler's approach redefines celebrity aging and personal branding. Would you rather see a 77-year-old star hiding behind layers or leading with unvarnished truth? As more opinion essays emerge, readers click in droves, fueling a feedback loop of cultural conversation where Tyler's choice becomes a catalyst for broader debates about image, integrity, and inspiration. Personal relationships also blossom under this new spotlight. Former bandmates recount how Tyler's stripped-back look brings a fresh perspective to their camaraderie. Guitarist Joe Perry shared in a recent radio interview, "When Stevie showed up to rehearsal without makeup, it felt like we were young again. Just guys jamming, no expectations." That youthful spark has extended to fans organizing local meetups called Barefaced Jams, where amateur musicians gather in garages, play Aerosmith covers, and share stories of how Tyler's transparency inspired them to embrace their own creative impulses, wrinkles, and all. As midnight approaches on Tyler's 77th birthday, social feeds light up with countdown posts and flashback reels. Fans coordinate surprise live streams, playing Dream On in reverse as a symbolic nod to rewriting aging narratives. Even corporate sponsors rush to align with his message. Wellness brands sponsor Silver Streams, listening parties in yoga studios, and tech companies tease AR filters that let users glimpse their own aging in real time, encouraging acceptance. There is a palpable FOMO among followers who fear missing the cultural moment when a rock icon's most basic reveal transcends celebrity to become a rallying cry for authenticity. Stepping back into soft focus, Tyler himself recently mused in a podcast, "I used to think wrinkles were mistakes. Turns out they're storylines." That simple line, void of theatrical flourish, crystallizes why his no-makeup moment resonates so deeply. It's not shock value. It's an invitation to embrace every chapter of life, to see strength in vulnerability, and to recognize that true star power emanates not from paint or persona, but from lived experience. As cameras roll on his next public appearance, fans won't just be tuning in for legend lore. They'll be witnessing a masterclass in authentic aging, setting the stage for a new era where every line tells a song worth singing. As Steven Tyler's Memoir, still rocking the lines, hit shelves, its unvarnished pages reaffirmed the broad cultural shift he's inspired. Early chapters recount backstage rituals now stripped of theatrical veneers. Tyler's nightly swim in sea salt tubs, his ritual of journaling 3 gratitude entries before bed, and reflections on the day his makeup artist handed him moisturizer instead of eyeshadow for the first time. The book doesn't glamorize aging, it glorifies authenticity. Publishers report that advance orders exceeded expectations, driven not only by Aerosmith diehards, but by wellness enthusiasts and memoir lovers seeking honest accounts of life lived in full volume. Tyler's candor about patchy sleep, arthritis-flared fingers, and lessons learned from pinky toe stubs on stage risers creates a rare relatability that transcends rockstar mystique. In tandem with the book launch, documentary filmmakers released new clips showing Tyler navigating everyday tasks, sorting mail, reading bedtime stories to his grandchildren, and offering vocal coaching over Zoom to aspiring singers. These slices of life segments bypass glitzy concert halls, focusing instead on a 77-year-old man whose career spans 7 decades yet remains driven by curiosity. Audiences see him practice a gentle larynx-warming hum at dawn, recounting how that simple exercise once saved his voice during a harsh winter tour. One viral clip shows a wry smile as he admits, "My stomach and I are negotiating remission," before laughing and pressing play on a piano shard of Dream On. It's moments like these, small, self-deprecating, and sincere, that have fans declaring Tyler the grandfather of authenticity. Radio and podcast interviews have pivoted to Tyler's maturing perspective. On NPR's All Things Considered, he spoke candidly about mortality and legacy. "I used to believe I'd live forever in the roar of the crowd. Now I'm alive in every quiet dawn, every coffee cup set down with a sigh." That's my encore. Colin's segments overflowed with callers sharing how his words empowered their own journeys. Stories of caregivers singing Aerosmith lullabies, retirees picking up guitars for the first time, and grief-worn listeners finding solace in his resilient spirit. Such testimonials highlight Tyler's unique position at life's crossroads, a living bridge between pure rock and roll bravado and contemplative acceptance of change. Musically, Tyler's upcoming album Silver Streams promises a sonic mirror to his visual transformation. Recorded in an intimate Nashville studio, the tracks ditch grandiose production for gentle acoustic arrangements. Instruments include softer percussion, breathy harmonica, and an unexpected harp accompaniment on one ballad about rediscovery. Demo snippets suggest lyrics filled with gratitude and wonder. Lines like, "I traded neon lights for morning's glow, and my voice still trembles, yet it finds you." Early previews at listening parties garnered enthusiastic applause, with industry insiders calling it Tyler's most profound work since Sweet Emotion. The album's release signals not a farewell, but a new artistic chapter. Tyler's philanthropic endeavors have also evolved alongside his makeup-free image. The Rock Solid initiative announced a partnership with music therapy programs in retirement communities, funding ukulele circles and intergenerational songwriting workshops. Multimedia collaborations with mental health nonprofits embed concert footage and therapy modules for trauma survivors, leveraging his music's emotional resonance as a healing tool. Fundraising galas shifted from black tie extravaganzas to casual karaoke for kindness gatherings, where seniors and youth belt out Tyler classics side by side. These initiatives emphasize service over spectacle, a thematic through line from his hidden testament reflections to his present outreach. On social media, the hashtag #TylerLinesAndStories challenge continues to gain traction. Followers post bare-faced selfies while recounting personal anecdotes tied to each of his facial creases. Crow's feet representing decades of laughter, laughter lines marking shared sing-alongs, and forehead folds chronicling moments of deep reflection. Influencers tease morning routines inspired by Tyler. Cold-pressed juicing, breath focus, and a 5-minute mirror affirmation practice. Videos tagged #TylerStillRocking routinely rack up millions of views, transforming individual self-care routines into communal celebrations of aging with purpose. Fashion and beauty industries have responded by featuring mature models in new campaigns. Cosmetic brands now market sheer tinted sunscreens and light coverage bronzers with ambassadors over 60, citing Tyler's example as a catalyst. High-end salons introduce rock legend packages, root touch-ups, and tribute makeup workshops where clients learn vintage 1970s eye makeup before gently removing it to reveal skin health tips. Even runway shows feature a makeup-free closing model lineup, letting designers signal support for authenticity. Tyler's influence has thus rippled beyond music, redefining mainstream beauty standards. As Section 5 draws to a close, Steven Tyler's journey at 77 proves that the essence of performance isn't frozen in time or painted behind the eyes, but resides in unguarded moments of vulnerability. His evolving artistic output, philanthropic vision, and unapologetic embrace of aging unite to form a legacy far richer than any eyeliner's sparkle. In a cultural climate where filters and facades dominate, Tyler's barefaced revolution stands as an anthem to authenticity. echoing a truth earned through 7 decades of passionate living. From the moment he first banged on the stage monitors to today's quiet behind-the-scenes footage, Steven Tyler's journey mirrors the arcs of a well-composed symphony. Each era brought its own color palette, from the neon makeup of the 70s to the smoky eye accents of the 80s, and finally to the barefaced truth of his current chapter. That contrast illustrates more than a style evolution. It represents the transformation of a performer into a mentor, a rock idol into a rock sage. At 77, Tyler stands as a testament to resilience, creativity, and the grace to let go of illusions in favor of honesty. As Silver Streams prepares to debut, fans will witness how Tyler's no-makeup philosophy resonates through the songs. Where once his voice soared over guitar solos and pyrotechnics, now it meanders across acoustic textures and delicate harmonies, inviting listeners to lean closer and feel every breath. Early review sessions suggest that tracks such as Morning Light and Lines of Time blend introspection with melody, underscoring Tyler's evolution from shock rocker to soulful storyteller. This sonic shift underscores a broader truth. When you strip away layers of production and cosmetics, what remains is pure artistry. Yet the ripples of Tyler's barefaced choice extend far beyond studio walls. His rock-solid initiative continues to thrive, sponsoring community choirs for seniors, improv singing circles for frontline health workers, and songwriting workshops for veterans. At each event, Tyler appears unvarnished, genuinely connecting with participants as they share their own life stories set to song. This approachable presence contrasts sharply with the mystique that once surrounded his stage persona. The contrast reveals the power of presence over persona, underscoring that influence often grows deeper when the veneer recedes. Moreover, Tyler's impact on cultural perceptions of aging cannot be understated. In a society obsessed with youth and digital filters, his public embrace of unfiltered reality challenges norms and inspires movements. Hashtags linked to his advocacy encourage people across generations to post their own no-makeup selfies, share stories about aging courageously, and support one another through life's final verses. Educational programs now incorporate these narratives to teach media literacy and self-esteem, demonstrating how one celebrity's choice can cascade into global conversations about identity, beauty, and authenticity. The fashion industry, once reluctant to show unadorned faces, now showcases older models with natural skin in major campaigns, citing Tyler's example as proof that true style transcends age. Designer collections for men and women over 50 feature minimal styling, focusing on quality fabrics and craftsmanship rather than trend-driven gimmicks. Meanwhile, beauty brands launch clean, skin-first product lines, marketing them not as cover-ups, but as tools to enhance health and vitality. In each case, Tyler's no-makeup revelation serves as a lodestar for industries to align profit with purpose,